What up? It's your girl Amazing Grace Daily, and we're back with another video. A couple weeks ago, I filmed a DIY video when I first made this channel, but I didn't post it because I wanted my editing to be on point. Then 2 weeks ago, I finished it and I loved it. And I was so excited to post it, but over the course of last weekend, I found out that my computer deleted all the videos I've ever edited and the unedited versions of them. And I already had took them off of my phone, which means the whole video was deleted and destroyed. So last week I didn't post anything because after working 2 weeks on that video, not every day, but making it the edit that I really wanted, and I was really proud of it, I ended up getting discouraged and I didn't end up posting anything else last weekend because I just didn't have it in me. I was really sad about that. But now we're back. So, over the past couple months, I've been listening and watching this woman's podcast on YouTube called Lip Service. It was created by Angela Yee, who most people may know her from The Breakfast Club with DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God. But she has her own podcast on YouTube called Lip Service, where she and other ladies interview celebrities and they talk about sex. One thing I've noticed throughout the male interviewees is how double standard their answers are when it comes to women versus men things in relationships, which made me think of my top 3 double standards that men and women have. Nothing serious, this is all for fun and games. So this video is going to be about my top 3 double standards, men versus women.
Let's talk.
Also, leave your comments down below and if you agree with me or just to give your opinion on any of these subjects that I'm about to talk about. But without any further ado, here are my top 3 double standards, men versus women. My first double standard between men and women is cheating. I've always found the differences between men and women cheating in society amazing. For example, let's just say there's a couple that's been married or together for a couple years. Then the man steps out on her. The first thing a guy will say to his woman is,
"She didn't mean anything to me."
and for a man this might be true because they don't think with the head on their shoulders. Men have the ability to sleep around with numerous women and not feel anything. So in turn, they expect the woman, who's a more emotional creature, to forgive them. And more times than not, that's what happens. So why is it that when a woman cheats on a man, it's no longer forgivable? Men view sex as what it is, pleasure. And not to say women don't, but we're taught to view sex as another way of getting closer to our partners. Or we're taught they're supposed to mean something to us before we give it up, i.e., catching feelings for someone or falling in love with them before we're having sex with them. So in theory, women are more perceived to be the faithful one and the loyal one, while the idea of monogamy for a man doesn't come as natural, and in most cases, sex always comes first. With that in mind, men get a pass on cheating a lot of the times because the woman has already put in her feelings and her time into the relationship, and now she feels as though she put in so much effort and love into this person, and she doesn't want to throw that all the way over one mistake, especially when you've been with that person for years. The thought of starting over and investing all your feelings into someone else just seems totally exhausting. However, men view us as their treasure, someone no one else needs to touch. And in the same token, men are taught
Boys will be boys.
which leads them to view themselves not as high as they view their women. My second double standard between men and women are the lies told in relationships. Personally, I find this one pretty funny. This one's more so of the differences between lies told in relationships, more of double standards, but I guess it could be put into this. My top 3 on this list of women lies that they tell in relationships are: number 1, I'm fine. There's no woman in this world who hasn't used this line. I've personally used this line many times. Saying I'm fine when something's wrong with the woman is basically them saying, I'm not fine, but I haven't gathered all of my thoughts for whatever I'm going to bring up later. But I still want you to show concern about me until I'm ready to talk to you. Number 2, I've slept with X amount of people. I don't think I've ever lied about this.
However,
I've always heard this to be a stereotype within women. Lying about how many people they've slept with. Some women may feel self-conscious about their number. Others may think it's too high. Maybe she thinks her number may be higher than yours. I personally believe any number to a man is going to be too high if it's not them. 3, bad sex. I can hear all the male egos right now. It's okay. If a woman really cares about you, she might not always admit when she doesn't climax, i.e. faking an orgasm. Every woman has faked an orgasm or two with their partner. Whether it be she wasn't in the mood and you wanted to anyway.
Or you just wasn't on your game.
Either way, every woman can say they faked at least one orgasm in their life. The best tip I can give to guys is really just to watch her body language. It may be hard to catch in a moment, but if you really pay attention, her body language will always tell you. Men, start paying attention. Top 3 things men lie about in relationships.
I know it's late, but I just want some company.
If a man wants you to come over at any late time of the night, it's definitely a booty call. And if you go, realistically, you know that. Number 2.
Babe, I don't know who that woman is that keep texting my phone. I met her once, but I don't know how she got my number.
But women fall for that, even when the evidence is right in front of their face. Number 3. Brother man from the 5th floor. Number 3 is my personal favorite because I've been hit with this line.
You haven't heard from me because I've been dealing with stuff.
AKA another woman. Keep in mind, those do not reflect
I repeat, do not
all women and men, just some of them. But a lot of the time, women lie to protect men's ego, while men lie to protect themselves from losing their partner or causing problems in their relationship that they don't want. And last but not least, women versus men being called the H word or sleeping around. Going back to the point I made earlier,
men have the ability to sleep around with numerous women and not feel anything.
dating back to teenage years, I feel like boys were treated as if losing their virginity was an okay thing to do. It's always portrayed on TV as,
my son's a man now.
and it even becomes a game in school where boys try to see who would lose it first or to see who's doing what with who. And some guys even have to lie about their virginity to their friends just so they won't get made fun of. But with women, on the other hand, we're taught to value ourselves. We're taught to wait for the right person to come along. A good example of this would be a guy could lose his virginity at 15 years old, and between the ages of 15 and 20, let's just say he may have dated or had sex with 10 to 15 women. With his friends, he'd be considered a player. But on the other hand, if a girl were to lose her virginity at 15 and then between the ages of 15 have sex with 10 to 15 guys before she was 20, she would be considered a... And first of all, girls never usually, in any cases that I've known in my life, most times you are not going to end up with the person you lost your virginity to. Second off, if guys are out here losing their virginities at 15, they need a participant to do that with. So why is it that men are celebrated and women are shamed? I honestly don't have too much else to say on that. That was really an open-ended question, but I wanted a discussion with it. Moral of the story, we just need to stop double standards. Leave a comment down below about what you think about the topics that I've talked about in this video. If you agree with me or not. What do you think about women being held to a higher standard than men? I also want to make a series of less talks on topics that I think I want to talk about. I don't want to get too controversial. I kind of want to keep it lighthearted. But if there's any other topics that you would like me to discuss, I will be gladly to discuss them, and we can have a talk, and we can talk in the comments. I will be replying if you do comment. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. If you want more of these, subscribe if you haven't. I will be posting videos every Monday from now on. I just have to take a break last week because I got discouraged, but now we're going to keep this ball rolling. I'm going to keep being consistent. Other than that, it is raining. I don't know if you can hear this, but it is raining very hard outside. It's been raining. It's going to be raining for the next 7 days here.
Great.
Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.